Jace away from Thunder Talk opening. Yeah, Ziggs the Ashe, but Thunder Talk will leave their last pick to be Z's pick. And again, that's the bonus whenever you're on the red side, right? Like you can still go for the counter pick. Same picks.
Absolutely same.
For KBG. I can't say I cannot say I'm surprised. I know for a fact that KBG is one of those teams that would enter a team fight. Hey, you know what? We should have won that. Like if there was a reversal of options. Oh, by the way, Thunder Talk has now gotten the swing for Z. So if Thunder Talk ends up winning this game and this series, it's just so fitting to end it with a new signature champion for Z in this way.
It took 4 games before this 5th one that they managed to finally pick up this champion as well. A lot of bans on Z, but it's so hard to take him out. This time, with a Swain, they can go for the final blow against Kipes Gaming. This has been a long journey for them. So much growth has been made by Thunder Talk for them to reach at this point to contest even the likes of KBG, and their form is looking to be unstoppable.
The unstoppable force when it meets the immovable object. Now it is up to you, Giang, as to who is the unstoppable force and as to who is the immovable object. But one thing is for sure, whoever is the one that is donning the jersey of Thunder Talk is all smiles right now. Match point for Thunder Talk Gaming.
Oh man, I'm nervous and excited at the same time. KBG, they've been in this position before. This time it's a different enemy, like what you said, and this composition of Thunder Talk is just really scary. The Gragas, the Wukong, the Swain, so much crowd control, especially to provide protection for Solo.
And the adaptation by Thunder Talk right now in this game is to be ready for the lane swap that Thunder Talk has committed multiple times now. They have now sent Yu and Shama on the top lane, so no free tower plays whatsoever. They're going to play it standard and will put Jax in a very problematic position, of course, because we know that Garen against Jax should favor the Garen, especially during the early levels. If you hit that decisive strike, especially with Scorch, because nowadays, you know, I've been seeing a lot of Scorch users. I myself also use a Scorch instead of Brutal as my option in the Baron lane, just because, you know, one poke is enough to proc the Rune Scorch.
And that should provide KG at least a slight edge here against Shin in the laning phase. And will also attempt to neutralize the usual lead that Thunder Talk gets through the plates. Emotes being casted.
Yeah.
Slight banter between these two.
I mean, Shin has been spamming the emotes ever since last game. He's feeling confident. He is saying, I mean, KBG is really throwing lots of respect towards Shin. We know that this Garen was first pick by KBG. Not really first pick worthy in my opinion. But if it's to take away from Shin, yeah, sure, I will allow it.
This time around, it is slightly working, at least in the laning phase. Thunder Talk needs to be, you know, extra careful this time around, especially that they don't have the same advantage or situation similar to what they had in the first 3-4 games. So right now they need to look for other avenues. Might be in mid lane, since Andron is very vulnerable. Just one gank with 2-3 members will allow them to secure first blood. Right now, opportunity presented to KBG.
Swap.
Too many platings got them.
Yeah, well, Thunder Talk is going for the delayed swap, and so now they can threaten a dive towards KG, but KG is just 1 minion away to leveling to level 5, and that is Scary, that tone. Also making his presence felt here in the bot lane. And so now Thunder Talk will just be content in taking some tower plates and getting that Demolish proc as well for their squad. Oh man, so far, quiet early game for both sides.
Just trying to get some gains all throughout the map, through the plates,
Arrow?
through those slopes, small posts. Arrow
Ooh.
connecting is a good sign because the match injustice will be there. First blood secured by KBG. Nothing that ThunderTalk can do at this point.
Xiaoma sent the arrow from top to bottom. And if you are the members of ThunderTalk, one would say that you would, if you were taking notice of the minimap, you should be able to see that enchanted crystal arrow casted from a mile away, and giving enough time for ThunderTalk to react. But again, we're still talking about Xiaoma. Almost all enchanted crystal arrows during game number 4 was beneficial towards the side of KBG. It was only because the fight started without the enchanted crystal arrow of Xiaoma. That's why ThunderTalk was able to get that massive team fight, mid-game of game 4. But here in game 5, KBG is all about replicating their success. You hit the arrow, we get the pick.
Got some small leads that can actually translate into objective picks later on. So far, that's a 1,000 gold lead that KBG possesses through the plates as well in the top lane, through that kill that they have gotten early into this match. Now they can start establishing vision control in the bot side of the river, possibly in top side as well. Through the Kazakhs, objective takings are gonna be easier than ever.
Yeah, and Xiaoma also clearing that ward was massive for him, because it also creates this dark area whenever the minion is in there, and so it will be a lot harder to predict. If he has casted his enchanted crystal arrow, believe me, it's so annoying to play against. Oh man, and there you go. The dominance by the Garen over the Jax is now showing on the top side. Like, he's just bullying the top lane.
It's not yet the time for Shin to actually contest him, especially without the Divine Sunder, possibly the Hullbreaker as well. Right now, Yu goes in. That's a good isolation to SMY. Needs to fall back. The cast gonna be used, but unable to land onto KG. That's unfortunate here for ThunderTalk. Now KBG gets their second kill. Might translate that into a dragon, and ThunderTalk, they have nothing to do but to walk away.
Yeah, unless if XY gets to steal this. Nope, you can't do that against the Kazakhs.
And XY is taking too much damage as well. The re-engage by Yu is just perfect. Demonic Ascension not doing a thing as KBG is still well incomplete. They got kill onto the Ash, but at what cost? ThunderTalk just loses more members. KBG gets more gold.
5-1 with the Dragon joining KBG as well. Massive swing for ThunderTalk. There's no reason for them to contest that at all, especially knowing that the numbers advantage was towards KBG's side. Now the fight continues with the tone being here. We all know that Kazakhs is one of the best. Oh, hold that thought. Arrow decoyed by XY. Still, again, it's so hard to smite steal from the Kazakhs, because all you have to do if you're the Kazakhs is to time your first kill with a smite, and you will have an execute damage plus combine the smite. So yeah, it's just so hard to do, and that's the reason why the Kazakhs has always been a very good pickup for teams that really loves to secure their objectives, just because of that combo of smite plus taste their fear.
And this time it's going to take a long time before ThunderTalk can actually have any sort of impact in team fights. They have triple scaling champions, Jax, Swain, Kaisa. It's going needs items, needs a lot of levels before they can actually influence a fight. Right now, they have just basically gifted 4,000 gold. KBG Outplay being threatened. Fortunately, was able to escape. Soil uses the killer instinct into a flash. But again, KBG just pressing them.
I mean, the biggest difference has been Jace and Swain, right? Like, at least Jace with only one item is already a threat, just because of the amount of damage that you can do with the armor penetration items that we have here in the game. As a Swain, especially on the Rod of Ages, you're right. Like, you have to wait for the Swain to scale up, and it's normally at around 2 item, 3 item mark. If you look at the pace, KBG is just in firm control.
No more cast, no more tower in top lane. KBG just extending the lead that they have right now in a massive amount as well. That's like almost 7,000 gold that they have acquired in almost 8 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that is because Thunder Talk forced a team fight that they have no chance in winning. And another arrow being thrown by Shama, going to hit Soil. That's good night.
Yeah, Andron is here as well to help out. Looks like the headbutt was not on point there.
Okay.
This time it's here. And yeah, easy kill coming from KBG once again. Every time you overextend, you know that an arrow is gonna come right at you.
Easier, cleaner execution coming from KBG. And this is the plan. This is the reason why KBG has decided to go on core and to not really change a thing with their lineup. And so far, so good for their squad. As long as Shalma starts to fight, positive things happen for KBG. What they have to be mindful of is, again, the combo of the Gragas and the Wukong, right? So those are the two champions with skills that can... Whoa, another arrow.
They keep targeting Soil on and on. They jump around, take him down, and no follow-up is there.
Cannot play.
Thunder Talk.
He cannot play at all. This was their plan during game number 4, right? But when it comes to execution, KBG just has perfected. Or just has clean whatever mishap that they needed to clean, outside of the fact that the Jace was banned away in favor of the Swain. They were also able to match the lane swap that Thunder Talk did try to do against them multiple times now, and that forced the Jax to face against the Garen. Same can be said with the duo of Soil and SMY. Again, just the early game, it's night and day comparing this game to last game.
KBG getting their momentum back and their form in check as well. Second dragon right now. I don't think Thunder Talk can contest. It's not the time, especially at this pace of the game. But they will try. That's engaged though. That's the Valkyrie. The package being used incredibly well. But the regen is gonna come through. Oh no, that's a big mistake. That might actually cost them the game. It's now they lost 2 members. Yu as well gonna be in trouble. The Captain is gonna be there, and Thunder Talk just gets everything right now. Yeah, the dragon still comes through for KBG, but that's a lot of gold that Thunder Talk was able to acquire.
Yeah, that's the thing that you don't want to happen if you're a KBG. You don't want to give gold on towards Thunder Talk's side, because at least now they were able to slow things down. Luckily for KBG, they still have the Garen with the Hull Breaker, was able to take down the tower here in mid lane. So the casualty, or the consequence wasn't that big, but we look into that replay again. Unrun9 maximizing his package usage, but that gives an entry point for XY to pile on him with the crowd control layering of CCs again by the Garen, by the Gragas, by the Wukong. It's just so, yeah, especially without a stasis, it's not going to really be beneficial towards your team. So Unrun9 just has to do better. That sometimes, being that aggressive can really hurt your team.
And best gold funneling as well, right? For Thunder Talk. Soil now on a 2-3-1 scoreline. Second item completed. That's gonna help them in terms of dealing damage later on. Yeah. And as long as this game goes on as well, eventually Thunder Talk's gonna take over. So KBG, they need to have more avenues to create more gold for themselves and not give any kills away to Thunder Talk.
Just more discipline for sure. SMY being the target of that arrow, again with all the tenacity that is available to the Gragas. Although, is that a yellow boots coming from SMY though? So normally if it's a yellow boots, that means it's the armor one. So yeah, quite surprising that you're not going to focus on tenacity.
But it's gonna be fine. You just attempted to isolate him during that fight. Will not be the case, at least here for Thunder Talk, as now KBG looks to stabilize once more. Baron's gonna be available. They are starting it already.
SMY getting targeted here by Yu. Another engage. Oh my god.
Gonna be connecting though. They want to re-engage. Yep. Looks like Thunder Talk is not gonna pursue this time around.
I was holding my breath for a second there because we have to remember that the last time out, last game, this was the same spot in where KBG uh, just absolutely got decimated by Thunder Talk in one team fight. And that was also because of Yu being overextended, layering of CCs by Thunder Talk, punishing him hard. And again, if you're KBG, the good thing there was it was not a replay for sure. Because if it was, like, Thunder Talk may just be getting again multiple objectives towards their side. Looking at the goal lead, it still is in the favor of KBG. Double marksman with this amount of goal lead is still hard to challenge, and so we have to call spade a spade. KBG is still in firm control of Game 5.
At this point, right, KBG should inevitably be the one closing out this game during this game win against Thunder Talk, but it's so different when they're against Thunder Talk. This is a team that can just turn the tides around even after so many beatdowns in the game itself. This is why they were able to secure so many kills a while ago in that last dragon fight. This is why KBG is still acting this way, because they know the threat that Thunder Talk has.
Another package by Unraw, and the question is, does he now have a stasis engine to prevent all those all-ins that will surely come his way when he overextends? KBG and company, man. This third dragon, if it ever goes to KBG, we all know how big of a swing a 3-dragon stack joining your team is. And that's the reason why KBG just wants to threaten this mountain dragon and take it for themselves.
The item completed by Soil. Yu goes in. This is going to be trouble here for KBG. That's the Unbreakable will already casted. That's engaged by X-Bite. Well, into the follow-up by Thunder Talk. Arrow connects onto one. Who will get the dragon? Looks like still going to be the Ton. But Thunder Talk still pursues with the kill. Andran being threatened. Shindo is very low. The damage comes through from KBG. That's a chase down by X-Bite. Gets the cow down. But Andran right now is leading the pack. The damage coming through. Soil going to be exchanged. Finally, KBG gets a teamfight win.
With 7k, 3 dragons joining them as well, KBG makes easy work of Thunder Talk and is extending this series. One more game. We will have a game number 6 here, Kian. KBG is on their way to just win this.
Thunder Talk made a couple of mistakes in this game. KBG this time had a cleaner game, especially with the adjustments that they have made. They will extend the series indeed. It's going to take a lot more for Thunder Talk to win against this team.
The lane swap was genius. The way KBG responded to Thunder Talk saying and